so I thought I'd just interrupt what so far has been probably a very nice, relaxing, clean with me, nest with me vlog. Just to have a quick chat while I make some lunch, basically. I am making this, I'm going to have to tip the can upside down because for some reason the label's on upside down. These butter beans and tomato sauce, they literally look incredible. Like, I don't know if you can see this. Ooh, looks so good. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I would come on and just have a quick chat with you about just life right now, I guess, how I'm feeling, how pregnancy is treating me, etc. And to be honest, the best way to sum it up is badly. Pregnancy. Honestly, today is not a good day to vlog, to be honest, because I cannot speak, hence why the vlog so far has been a silent cleaning vlog. Yeah, so basically, pregnancy has not been treating me great so far. Yeah, pregnancy is hard, like, what can I say? I did not know that it was going to be this hard physically and mentally. I feel like when I got pregnant, the people in my life did try and warn me. My mum tried to warn me. Yeah, I did not take in just how hard it was going to be. I'm not going to get emotional because I have been emotional literally every single day and every single time I've spoken about this. But yeah, it's really hard. And you know what? No, I am going to get emotional. I literally just cannot fucking control myself at this point. Yeah, I have not felt good for the majority of this pregnancy, to be honest. I have been exhausted. I have been achy. I've been just really not feeling great physically. And that's kind of what today is, to be honest. I'm just trying to take advantage of a day that I'm actually feeling good and just make the most of it and try and be productive and try and just try and make the most of the moments that I'm actually feeling good, because I understand and I appreciate that some of the moments when I'm not feeling so good, there is literally nothing that I can do about it. I am growing a literal human being from scratch and I get that, and that's fine. Doesn't make it any easier to swallow, basically, that like you just feel like you're wasting your days. I feel like I'm just wasting my days, and kind of since being pregnant my life is just happening and yeah, I can just feel a little bit disheartening, to be honest. I have had many a night where I've literally got into bed and just cried to Grant, basically, and just said like, I just want to feel normal. I just want to feel like my body's my own again. And I feel like nobody talks about it and kind of actually really talks about how hard it is mentally for your body to feel so alien, and for just normal things to feel so exhausting. And then on top of that, you have it being hard mentally, because I feel like I've had so much guilt over the fact that this is such an incredible thing to be happening and such a happy thing, and I've not been able to enjoy it in the way that I felt like I should, or in the way that other people get to experience it and enjoy it. And that's actually really hard. Like, it comes with a lot of guilt, and you kind of feel crappy and guilty for not being able to just enjoy this incredible thing that is happening to you. So yeah, that's been a challenge that I did not anticipate during pregnancy. And I don't know if it's because this pregnancy was unexpected, incredibly unexpected, because I was on contraception, so it's not something that had been necessarily planned. It was a beautiful, happy, welcome surprise when it did happen, but it was very much not planned and completely unexpected. Like, I did not see this year panning out the way that it has ended up panning out. I did not think by the end of 2023 I was going to be someone's mum, which is just insane to think about. And even though my mum and my nan have tried to warn me and kind of let me know how pregnancy is going to pan out, I feel like nobody's explanation of their experience can really prepare you for how it's going to actually feel in your body. And yeah, it's been hard, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So like I say, anyway, this vlog is not going to be all doom and gloom. I'm trying to help myself feel better, basically. And that's kind of a challenge in itself. It's been a difficult situation because it's like, how do I snap myself out of this and help myself feel better when I don't know what's going to make me feel better? And I just don't have the energy for things like that I know will make me feel better, like going on walks and getting outside and going to the gym, because all of those things in themselves have felt harder. So it's been a difficult one, and I have found myself just getting stuck in a rut of just feeling sorry for myself, to be honest. And I have had to catch myself a couple of times just thinking like, you can't let this just absorb your whole life and this feeling crap, because if I just allow myself to feel crap every day for the rest of this pregnancy, like, just to put it in perspective, I don't think I've actually kind of spoken, you know what, I've not even vlogged since the start of the year, so you guys don't even know how far along I am or anything. I'm due in October, so I still pretty much have 2/3 of the way to go. My kind of next week, I'm going to be in my 3rd trimester, so I literally have 2/3 down, and I still have a whole 1/3 to go. Like, I cannot waste the next 3 months of my life and this pregnancy just feeling as crap as I do now, basically. So yeah, I've just kind of had to acknowledge basically that I cannot go the next 3 months just feeling like crap and letting myself be in this really negative headspace. I've just got to do as much as I can, basically, just to help myself feel better. I came up with a plan last night. I don't know if it will work, but it's a plan. So I basically, and this is kind of a tip that I've seen with regards to kind of other mental health tips and stuff online, and kind of having things that you can do each day rather than necessarily having a daily routine and a set, these are the things that I'm going to do every single day, and have variations of that for how you're feeling. So I feel like that's going to help for me to be able to acknowledge that I don't need to feel 100% every day to make the most out of the days. Is going to at least help me feel a little bit better. And none of the things on the list are things that will drain my energy and make me feel worse. Yes, they may use energy, but they're all things that are going to refill that cup at the same time. Doing little bits of cleaning and being productive are going to make me feel so much better, because I already have this mental list of all the things that I need to do ready for when the child comes. And I just keep having this like horrible anxiety that she's going to come really early and that we're going to be so underprepared and nothing's going to be done. But I also don't want to do everything too soon. So I feel like I'm in this really weird limbo stage. How bloody incredible does this look? Oh my god. Literally looks so good. It's like posh Greek beans on toast. And it looks incredible. And I can't wait to absolutely shove this down my face. Pre-pregnancy, I was not a Diet Coke girly at all, and now Diet Coke is literally the only thing that I want to drink, like ever. But I've been having the caffeine-free ones, and honestly, they're really not that bad. But I think the last time I vlogged and kind of showed my bump was the start of May. But this is where we're at now. Baby girl's definitely growing in there. I kind of googled this pain I was having right at the top of my bump, and it's basically just where the baby and your uterus and all of your other organs that are being pushed up into your ribs is basically pushing your ribs here like out, basically, because there's just not enough room for everything. It just feels like your whole like ribs and upper abdominal section is just like stretching and hot, and yeah, it's not ideal. And I feel like no position that I lie in or sit in makes it go away, and that's pretty much what it said online. It basically just said that it's just a compression of the nerves, and it's because of stuff that's going on inside, not kind of any position that you're sitting in or anything like that. So there's pretty much nothing that they know of that will make it go away, which is just fantastic, really. We came last night just because baby girl was not moving very much, and that mothering instinct that my mother's been telling me about kind of kicked in, and I was like, I don't feel like something's right. I think we should call them. Luckily everything seemed absolutely fine, but so they've asked us to come up just for some further monitoring this morning, just to double check that everything was normal as it came back yesterday. And then I've got my consultant appointment with a scan tomorrow anyway, so I haven't needed to do that, but yeah, luckily everything seems absolutely fine, and I think she was just being a bit of a lazy sod and not moving much yesterday and scaring me to death. Literally as soon as we got in the hospital and I was on the monitors, they gave me this little thing to like press every time I felt a movement, and I was like, she was moving a lot then, so I'm being gaslit by a baby that's not even been born yet. So this is great. Literally almost no movement for hours in the evening, and then she's just like, yeah, okay, I'm fine now, and I'm gonna move loads. And I was like, brill, I look like a fucking idiot now. But everyone was really lovely about it and told me I did the right thing. So yeah, just heading up for a little bit more monitoring this morning. Too early for our liking. Very, very tired. Good morning, guys. So I was gonna do my makeup so that I could sit down and film a little bit of a catch up before I finish this vlog, and I thought, why not just combine the two. So if I'm looking off to the side, just because I've got a mirror propped up on my radiator. Yeah, I just didn't want to end the vlog really abruptly with those hospital shots and not kind of explain what happened over the weekend. So basically Saturday like late afternoon, evening time, I just noticed I hadn't really felt baby girl move much all day, and I wasn't too concerned at first. I thought I'll just sit down and do my kick counts, because you're supposed to kind of track kicks from about 28 weeks anyway. So I just thought I'll sit down and I'll do my kick counts, and I'm sure she'll move because she's not like a super active baby. And I do have an anterior placenta, which makes it harder to feel her sometimes. But usually if I sit down and actually concentrate on if she's moving, she does little movements and kind of jabby movements quite often. So basically I sat down to do my kick counts, and just for ages there was just nothing. No movement, no little flutters, no jabs, nothing. And this went on for about 40 minutes, which is really, really unusual. Usually by that point I would 100% have felt her move. For about 50 minutes or so I said to Grant, like, look, I don't want to kind of worry you or like make a big deal, but I'm not sure that I felt the baby move pretty much all day. And now that I've sat down, she's still not moving. And I just had this instinct that something wasn't quite right. It just wouldn't have felt right just to ignore it. And I'd had a look kind of online and my little kind of maternity pack, and it did say if you have any concerns about the amount that your baby is moving, to immediately call the MAU. Like, don't wait, don't think I'll see how it goes over the next hour, I'll see how it goes over kind of the next 24 hours, just call them straight away. So I did, I called them straight away, and they pretty much asked me to go straight up immediately. And I wasn't panicking too much at this point, to be honest, because I know that these things can happen, and I knew kind of from speaking with my mom that they were just going to put me onto monitors and just kind of see see what the situation was basically. And long story short, Saturday night she was absolutely fine. I was in there for about an hour. They did some monitoring. They checked my kind of vitals, is that what they're called? Like my blood pressure and my heart rate and stuff like that. And it was all fine. Like, there was no concerns. They weren't concerned about anything. They let me go straight away. And they just asked me to head up for some further monitoring the next morning, which is the clip that I'd added in. I was just about to head back in. Sunday morning, everything was absolutely fine. I went to my consultant appointment on Monday because I had a kind of a growth scan and a consultant appointment because I am classed as high risk with having a higher BMI. And again, that was absolutely fine. We had the growth scans. Baby is growing really well. She is measuring a little bit ahead, so she is on track to be a slightly bigger baby at the moment. She's still like perfectly within a normal range. I love this blusher, but what the hell is this? The packaging is so bad. Just splodges everywhere. And it was really nice to see her on the scan. We didn't get any pictures because she was hiding her face right behind her hands the whole time. So unfortunately we didn't get any cute pictures or anything like that. Went to go and get some lunch because we had to travel about an hour for the hospital. And then as we were sat there, I felt this feeling as though I had come on my period. That kind of like gush feeling. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. I was just like, okay, that was a little bit weird. And then I shuffled to the car really quick because this is basically at the end of when we were eating. And I got to the car and I could feel that it was like really wet basically. There's no blood or anything. And I was like, okay, we're like an hour away from home. There is no point panicking right this second because either way, I've got to drive an hour home. So I either just ignore it for an hour and deal with it when I get home, or I think about it now and I panic for an hour, not being able to physically do anything. I get home and I'm Googling and it's like, you could be leaking amniotic fluid or your water's gonna broke. It definitely wasn't weed. I had not weed myself. I don't know what it was. I text my mom and I'm like, should I be worried? And she was like, call the hospital right now. Like, your waters could have broken. I was like, okay, this is actually happening. I didn't vlog any of this because it was just such a whirlwind. And bear in mind, this was the 4th hospital appointment in 3 days. And I was just like, I am fed up of hospitals. And I did have a little cry on the way. Not so much because I was like worried or anything. I think I was just absolutely exhausted and just thinking like, I did not want to spend another night or another evening sat in the hospital. So yeah, we had another scare basically Monday. So it was a real weekend of just an absolute whirlwind of stuff going on. I got to the hospital again, had some more monitoring. I was put on the monitor to monitor the fetal heartbeat and activity. A long story short, I'm pretty sure the doctor thinks I just weed myself. My amniotic fluid was absolutely fine and they couldn't see that there was any further leaking. They don't think that my waters broke. I'm convinced now that my waters didn't break because obviously, I mean, it's pretty much a week on now and nothing else has happened. But yeah, that was pretty eventful, a little bit scary, and just a very stressful weekend overall. So yeah, I have seen enough of hospitals for a few weeks, I think. Baby girl has been absolutely fine ever since. We've had lots of movement and everything's just generally been absolutely fine. So yeah, that's the vlog. I just wanted to kind of end it on kind of more of an explanation basically of what had gone on rather than just really abruptly rather than just really abruptly ending it with those hospital clips. And just to let you know that I am going to be vlogging more and sharing and documenting a little bit more of the end of this pregnancy, and hopefully, I'm really hoping, moving on into kind of motherhood, to be able to document as much of that as possible as well, because I do want to be able to look back at this and just remember everything that is going on kind of as it's happening in that moment, and how I'm feeling and all of that. So I'm going to really try my best. So yeah, that is it for today's vlog, and I am about to start filming the next vlog, so hopefully by next week there will be a new vlog uploaded. Thank you very much for joining me on my rambles and chats, and I will see you next time.